Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today's edition of I Am is I'm moving. So it's actually going to be a two-parter because this week on Saturday, it's Tuesday now. Again, sorry for the late post this week, but stuff happens. So yes, on Saturday we're going to move. We're going to pack all of the boxes between Thursday and Saturday morning, and all of the furniture and everything in our entire lives. And then we're going. And we're going to be driving 2,100 miles to our new home. We're going to do it in about 5 days, which means today's going to be more of how I'm feeling, and I'm going to talk about what I'm doing to get ready for the move. And then next week's will be me actually moving. So I'm going to find a spot to lean up because I like to lean while I talk. I also like to sit down, but today I'm leaning because I'm in my kitchen packing boxes. So, this is my first big move. Now I say that, I'm 31 years old. I have moved every 6 months since I can remember. My mother is a real estate agent, so growing up, we moved a lot. I was born in Oklahoma. We moved from there to Arlington, Texas. After Arlington, we moved here to good old San Marcos in 96 or 97. But since being in San Marcos, 22 years, we have moved houses like every 6 months to a year. I have lived in probably 20 to 25 homes in and around the San Marcos area since then. It's horrible. I don't even want to think about it. But in moving so much, we never moved towns, so my school life was pretty much the same, especially when I got into high school, because in our town there was only one high school. Yeah. Huge college, one high school. Anyway. We moved a lot. We always lived in boxes. I don't think I ever unpacked my house. I never unpacked my room whenever I was living with my mother. And then afterwards, when I moved out, and I use that term lightly, when I stopped living with my mother at the awesome age of like 23, I rented from her. And I continued to rent from her for 7 years. Yeah. So, in renting, not only did I have to pay rent early because she was my mother and she wanted to instill in me that a week early in paying rent means you're paying on time, and if you're paying on time, then you're late. And I like that. Except for, nobody got that. I worked for my mother as well as her office manager and, her office manager. So I took phone calls, I did the filing, I put out the late notices, I told her when things were coming up, I made sure that things ran smoothly. And I lived in one of her properties, so I was a renter, and everyone assumed that she let me off. She never made me pay. That's the opposite. She used to tell me she was going to evict me if I didn't pay early. And people thought that was funny, and I find it funny now, but it wasn't funny then, because she wasn't joking. She is a businesswoman. Way more than she is a mom. And that's fine. That's her personality, that's her thing. It's all cool. We have a good relationship. But in that, working for her and renting from her, when a new property would come available, and she would need somebody to stay in it so that she could fix it, that's where we came in. Me, my friends, pretty much anybody. Yeah. So we'd stay in the house as they fixed it up, and when they were done fixing it up, we'd move on to a new house, and we'd rent that part out. And it was okay. After having the kids, it was really hard to just pack up and move all the time, but we got used to it. When my husband and I got married, we moved into a property, and the cycle kind of started again, where we were there for a couple of months, and then we moved into a new place, and then we moved into a new place, and then we moved into a new place, and then we moved into a new place. And my husband laughs every time I tell this story, because he thought I was joking when we first met, and I was like, hey, I move all the time. He was like, ha ha ha. Yeah, he doesn't laugh anymore now. This move is going to be one of our last moves. But emotionally, I'm disconnecting from everything. We don't leave until Saturday, but I have already said goodbye to all of my friends. I have already made peace with leaving the town that I grew up in because I hate this town and I don't really like Texas, but that's for another day. This whole week has just been me angry and upset and happy and depressed. You name it, and I've gone through that emotion because this is my first time. Again, I'm 31. First time that I'm moving away. I'm moving away from my parents. I'm moving away from my 1/2 younger sister. I'm moving away from people that I've been friends with for over a decade. So, it's stressful, but it's a happy feeling. I'm moving somewhere new. No one knows me. I get to start over and become a completely whoever I want to be person. Instead of, hey, do you remember in high school when you did that stupid thing? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we remember too. We're never going to let you forget it. I hate those conversations, and I can't go anywhere in San Marcos where I'm not running into somebody who remembers me as a teenager or as a Girl Scout, or, just really embarrassing stuff, or they know my parents and they have really embarrassing stories. Anyway, moving is going to be a good thing. My husband's excited. The kids are all excited. I'm freaked out, but still excited. I have a sister that lives up there in good old where we're going. And she is amazing. She is just a couple months older than I am, but she takes care of me a lot. And I love her very much. So this is not going to be just a me moving away, but me moving towards a goal. And my goal is I'm going to work a normal job. A nighttime job, so not that normal, but a normal-ish job. And I'm going to be the adult that I want to be. Because right now I live next to my mother and my little sister. I feel like I'm 16. I feel like I haven't grown at all. And every time I drive out of my house, every time I ask for my friends to come over and hang out and have a beer, I feel like I'm being judged. Or like I'm having to sneak them in. I don't know if anybody else feels like that lives around their family or lives with their family. But, yeah, I need to move. I need to move far, far away from any and everybody that I know. So that I can start over and I can be who I want to be. I can do what I want to do. The next couple of weeks is going to be crazy. I've got a job interview the day after we get there. So we plan to leave on the 1st, get there on the 4th or 5th, and I have a job interview in the morning on the 6th. Yeah. And I'm ready. I'm excited about it. Like, I couldn't be more ecstatic. And at the same time, all I can hear is everybody in my family that has been negative to me, telling me that I'm going to fail, and that in a couple of months I'm going to move back, and it's not going to be worth anything. And I don't want them to be a part of me. I don't want that negativity to come with me. I want to think about all the fun stuff that's going to happen when we get up there, and the change of scenery, and the friends that my kids are going to make, and the friends I'm going to make, all of the stuff that's going to happen. And I'm really trying not to let any negativity come into it. I see that I'm freaking out, and I try and figure out how to not freak out as much. Because although this is a big step, nothing is forever. If we get up there and in a year we decide we don't like it there, we can move somewhere else if we want to. Or we can decide we love it there and we buy a house and we stay there forever. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows the future, and nothing is forever. So taking it one day at a time and seeing that I'm about to make a big step and that I've done it pretty much on my own is an amazing feeling. As I said, next week it's going to be me putting boxes. I'm going to film me moving my stuff. So get ready for that. It's going to be fun. But I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will be back to see you guys next week.